And we're back with another episode of Haunted Indiana, Ghosts and Strange Phenomenon of the Hoosier State, by one James A. Willis. Tonight's tale, The Summoning the Blue Lady. The Story Inn is all that remains of the village of Story. Dr. George Story came to the area and received a land grant in 1851. The village sprang up almost overnight, and the general store was the one of the very first buildings erected. At its height, Story was a thriving village, complete with its own schoolhouse and post office. All that changed during the Great Depression, though, when people began leaving the area in droves. When the United States Army Corps of Engineers flooded the area in 1960 to create Lake Monroe, Story was essentially cut off from most neighboring towns. Little by little, the people moved on, leaving nothing but the general store behind. In the early 1980s, Cynthia Schultz and her handyman friend, Benjamin, whose last name has been lost, purchased the general store and turned it into a restaurant and B&B called the Story Inn. The main floor served as the restaurant, and the second floor held several guest rooms. One of these rooms is called the Blue Lady Room, after the ghost said to haunt it. It wasn't always named the Blue Lady Room, though. At the inn, blank journals had been placed inside each room for guests to write about their experiences. Most of the journals from the other rooms are filled with descriptions of romantic weekends and fun-filled family getaways. The journal from this room, however, contains bizarre entries detailing encounters with a ghostly woman. One entry referred to her as the Blue Lady, and the name apparently caught on because, as new guests wrote of their experiences, they too referred to her as the Blue Lady. And so, in 2001, the decision was made to officially change the name of the room to the Blue Lady Room. The interesting thing about the Blue Lady ghost is that she does not wear blue. Instead, she is seen wearing a long white dress or robe. The name comes from the blue lamp on the nightstand that summons the lady when guests turn it on. She doesn't appear immediately, though in some cases, guests have drifted off to sleep before seeing her, only to wake suddenly in the middle of the night to the sight of the Blue Lady standing alongside their bed. So far, no one has recognized the identity of the ghost. Dr. Story had been married several times, so it is believed to be one of his former wives. Or maybe she was just a former resident or guest who fell in love with the place and decided to stick around for a while. Either way, if you're looking for a good meal and a unique place to spend the night, check into the Story Inn and be sure to ask for the Blue Lady Room. Thanks for watching. All the stuff's in the description. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video.